Walk me through, what is a typical day for you when you're in Africa? How many countries you're visiting from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep? Walk me through briefly what your typical day is.
Sure, so
Over the past 4 years.
yeah, let's just start with Lake Chad Basin, because that's pretty simple. So I go to Nigeria first, and the first thing I do is I meet with the ambassador and country team. And they tell me what they're doing, they tell me what they think of what we're doing, and I make sure that I am on the same sheet of music with the ambassador before I head out and talk to any of my counterparts in the Nigerian military, right? And that's a full day of, in the embassy, just focused on that. And then from there, I go to my guys first, right? And I get the scoop from my guys, right? Because that's what makes me smart, right? The secret to success of a senior leader or general officer is to listen more than you do anything else, right? Because you are the least informed and the least knowledgeable, right? General Mattis told me when I came out on the one-star list, he was the commander of CENTCOM and he was visiting Afghanistan, and he, my commander at the time said, "Yeah, Don just came out on the list for a general officer. We're all very surprised." And I don't think anyone more than Don. But General Mattis said, "Well, let me give you some advice." He said, two things as a general officer. One is you're never going to hear the truth again. And two, you're never going to have a bad meal. And that's what he told me. So I said, "All right, sir, I got it." Now, I have had bad meals. And I would like to think that with my command approach that I do get told the truth. And I think that's hugely important. So that I can work for my guys, because I tell them, hey, if I don't know, I can't work for you. So that's a busy day, and then I go out, day 2, and I meet with all of our partners, and at the highest level, from the sometimes the Minister of Defense, Minister of Interior, and I'm usually with the ambassador when we do this, all the way down to the Chief of Defense. We talk about some of the gaps, some of the things we need to do, and then boom, get on the plane and we fly to Cameroon, and we do the same thing. And then we fly to Niger.
When you tell me you never have what Mattis' advice, you won't have a bad meal. What happens? You have to be polite. You have the head of their military sitting across from you and your senior aides, and they're pushing across to you something that appears that's not edible, just not going to agree. How do you actually, I know you've been through all types of stuff, how do you take this down and not be rude?
I say, Captain Brown, come over here and taste this one. No, I kindly refuse to eat it.
Good.
I ask him, I say, so what is this? And I'm not eating the balls of anything.
Good.
So that's just the bottom line. I draw the line there, right? I don't care how much virility it's going to give me. I tell him, I've had 3 boys, I'm good.
Yeah,